Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Cincinnati Bengals. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Set 90, Wolf. Get that ball, team. Let's get that ball.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in the this first quarter.
Here we go, here we go. 8, read. I got it. Tight end to the right, bro. Move. Move. 3 down. 3 down. Check 52, come on. Hey. Look. Squeeze. Watch the slant. Look at me. 5.
On 1st and 10, Ledford whipping one into Allen. That's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Set, ready. Set the ending. Check back 21. I got you, Pop.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And to give this time to the tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Come on, set. Fire, read. 55. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. 11 more on that one and another first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Haskins looking to throw on first down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his under pressure again, and down he goes again. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Go. Fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense. Hey, check Mike 21.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. He's got a man, and that's Alex Erickson. And he'll go down at the 28. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Who there? Who there? Hey, check Mike 20. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Yeah. Echo.
4th down, here's Haskins. The kidder here, it's complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. And into the red zone now, and Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points so you know that all the time during In the week, they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
2nd and 9 at the Chargers' 18-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Polnick's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Here we go. Here we go.
On 2nd and 12, Haskins. What a move. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field, you take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here we go, D. Here.
2nd and 6. Wide open receiver complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
And the Chargers first down.
Let's go. 10-2 stop. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Ready?
Now a first down carry by Bell. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. From the gun, Ledford. He's going to rifle one deep left, try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Looking to throw on second down. Haskins. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Second and 1. And right side, Henry's got it. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Ready, 50, plant. Hey, echo. Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Watch the pass, watch the pass. Hey, check the
On first down, Ledford looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10.
Mike 50, Mike 50. All right, T, let's try. All right. Hey, exit. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Operating from the gun. Ledford, pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And he's going to go down again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
We got this. 25.
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
2 times. Everyone got 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Right there. 56.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. Now Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. This is Bell. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Max 50. Hey, Delta. Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they tried the field goal from just inside of 70 yards. It missed, and now this offense set up nicely at midfield. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll run it on the toss. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Haskins on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 45-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Looking to throw. Ledford looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bell. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again. Ledford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. He has been interception-prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it depends on the head coach, what type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is you posed a great question. Are they at the stage where they've run out of patience and now they get to demand production? Or do you continue to stay with him this way?
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards, a 1st down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And to give this time to the tailback. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Ready. Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Go,
From the 41, Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Third down. Here's Haskins. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And Eifert has it. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's first and 10.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Haskins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. Haskins. And no, it's incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back.
Hey, two stop. Squeeze, double up. Hey, two.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with second and just 2 yards to go. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. They'll go again with Bell. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Bravo!
From the gun, Ledford. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again. We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun on 3rd down, Haskins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 44-yard line.
Ready. Check Mike 33. Hustle. Let's go. Mike check 33.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd down and 12. He's back to throw. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 42.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Haskins now has hit on 7 of 17 passes, just 41%, but it's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here we go with Haskins. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up.
Now Bell hit. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Holloway. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. They come up in an offset eye. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is recovered by the Chargers. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium. That certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for our visitors, it's a nice win to finish off what's been an ugly first half as they move to 2-6. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So